So big shout out to all you guys who voted for me to cover a Why I Hate Dominion in the last video on the voting thing at the top right of your screen. It will be there again, so if you want to vote for the next Why I Hate, be my absolute guest. Now some of you saw this coming, some of you probably didn't, and I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that there might actually be a few of you guys sitting here watching this video asking, what the fuck is Dominion? Well, I'm here to enlighten you all today to tell you about the game mode that was deemed so horrible by Riot that they are pulling it from the client. They're pulling it from the entire fucking game. They are erasing it from the existence of the earth. And that is Dominion. Now I was, and I still am, in fact, completely in favour of different game modes in MOBA games. Hell, the only reason that this fucking game even exists in the first place, that is League of Legends of course, is because Blizzard gave us such fucking badass map editors with the StarCraft and Warcraft titles. And you know, I actually vastly prefer the custom game modes that the fans create over the core gameplay that comes in the box with those games. And I genuinely believe that the passionate fans, the really truly passionate fans, are the ones that make the best game modes for the games. Just look at Defense of the Aeons that eventually was adapted into the Warcraft 3 engine to beat Dota All-Stars, or hell, even the goddamn Minecraft community. They were given the tools by the developers, and with them, they have done everything that they should do, and absolutely everything that they shouldn't do. Oh god, no, stop. Minecraft sex, please stop, this is a family channel. So before All Random All Mid existed, when you wanted to ARAM, you had to join a random game on Summoner's Rift with 9 other strangers, and super promise to not go to any other lanes in the game, where people would quite literally rage quit after one death, or just run top or bottom, or go into the jungle to farm because they were annoyed at their team. Riot announced that they were adding a capture-based game mode to League of Legends. I like to imagine in my head sometimes that Riot announced Dominion to a massive crowd of people, and it was answered by just one person really excitedly in the crowd clapping on his own.
Hi.
Woo! Yes! Yes! Woo!
Yes.
Now, I played Dominion a little, I guess. Hell, even back in 2011, I fucking stayed up to be in the 2-hour beta that ran for Dominion before it was actually released. I even made a video on it that has long since been incinerated on an old PC or on an old channel. I was playing Dominion before some of you guys were even born, and it was entirely apparent from the beginning that there was absolutely no balance to the game from any standpoint. Characters like Rammus were insta-pick or you would lose. There was no real rhyme or rhythm to the game, and for the most part, either you would pin the enemy into their base and 5 of your team would sit at the entry points, killing them at every given chance, or you got pinned into your base and all you could do was sit and blast Linkin Park at full volume and cry at the fact that it's 6 minutes into a game and you can't even step outside the base without being taunted and obliterated by 17 fucking Master Yi's. Hell, if we're talking balance, just look at the shit show that it is now. There's not a single point in a character's development anymore where a single member of the development team goes, hey, guys, how will this spell interact on Dominion? And the reasoning behind this is pretty sound. No one is going to fucking notice one way or the other. Like, seriously, mate, no one cares, mate. Just no one cares, mate. Just go home, mate, because I genuinely sympathise for any of the die-hard Dominion players out there. All 14 of them. And yes, apparently they do exist, because queue times can be brutal. For all of you guys playing it before it's removed from the game, I mean, even with them removing it, there's still not a lot of people playing it. It still takes me 5 or 6 minutes to get a fucking game. Imagine that already lame queue time of 5 or 6 minutes that you have now, and times that by at least fucking 4 or 5, and then you're ready for your life as a Dominion player. Ironically, this was supposed to be a quick game mode that you could blast out a game of in 15 to 25 minutes, but the major question that stood out to me when Riot released this game mode above all else was the simple question, why? I mean, seriously, why? Who asked for this game mode? Many of you have heard the legends of Magma Chamber, a map that was supposed to be a 10v10 map that eventually developed into the all-random, all-mid Hilling Abyss map that you see today. People were genuinely asking for this map constantly. They were asking for a 1v1 map or an ARAM map that they could play on. Along with the better nerf Aurelia and tons of damage memes, this fucking suggestion might as well predate the game for the amount of people that begged on their hands and fucking knees trying to please the meaty shaft of Riot for this gift of a game mode. And of all those suggestions, the great suggestions, and it was a great suggestion, a suggestion like ARAM map that eventually was implemented 2 or 3 years after Dominion was implemented, and that has a very healthy amount of players on it because obviously the community actually knows what they want to play. They decided to pick that one weird Call of Duty player's suggestion who likes a little bit too much domination on Call of Duty 4, and they decided to roll with that. Now, I fucking hate objective-based game modes. In Call of Duty, the most objective-based I would roll would be with Search and Destroy, and purely that's because at least if your team had zero communication, you could at least shoot a motherfucker and just win the round by eliminating the whole enemy team. But stuff like domination, capture the flag-esque games that obviously give large advantages to teams that aren't knuckle-dragging fucking Neanderthals capable of dictating their intentions, absolutely fucking not, Batman. And that is because the simple fact is that every person besides you is a total retard who can't work in a team. Now, how many times have you found yourself playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive or something like that, and you're quite literally screaming at the top of your lungs because one of your teammates has decided to rush A long on DDoS 2 with the bomb, and now the bomb is surrounded by 5 big dick-swinging terrorists with machine guns and grenades that you have now found yourself at the complete mercy of. All it takes is one single bumbling buggerfuck to completely ruin the experience of not only the 4 people on your team, but the other team as well. After a stomp in Dominion, you do not feel satisfied. You don't feel like you accomplished anything. Now listen to me. If you're guilty of saying this, then you better smash that motherfucking like button, you hear? How many times have you played with a few friends on Dominion, if you have any friends, if you've played Dominion ever, and you end up stomping within 10 minutes? Instead of saying good game, all you hear from your friends are, that was boring, or that was too easy. Despite what some raging fuckboys in your games may say, winning is not all there is to actually having fun. Anyone who says that you have to be winning to have fun is completely talking out of their salty little butthole. And at its core is the problem with Dominion. It's incredibly hard to have fun even when you're winning. Never mind when you're fucking losing. If you were losing in Dominion, if you're losing hard enough, you are quite literally pinned into your base to the point that you can get kicked from the fucking game for not running out to get yourself killed from the AFK detection. Now please, actually think about that. The game punishes you for losing too hard. Take that in for a second and consider the fact before you decide to spam their forums or spam Reddit with the please guys, this game mode is great, we can't let you take away a piece of history from the world. Man, fuck history. I bet Indiana Jones wiped his ass with ancient scrolls on a daily fucking basis. Now Riot came out and said that people that already had 100 wins on Dominion would get a little bit of an icon, which has now made the summoner icon likely the rarest summoner icon in the game. But who fucking cares? To Riot, Dominion is that really, really old family dog. The one that should have died years ago, and it seems to always be fucking sick, but you never want to put it down, because it's part of the family. From the moment that it was conceived, it was the ill terminal dog of the game mode family. Ascension didn't help it. You can dress a turd in all the bells and whistles you want, you can spray paint a turd gold, but it doesn't make it any less of a shit. There have been countless better game modes since its conception, like Earth, Poro King, One for All. Hell, I'd even go as far as to say that Hexakill, despite being pretty much the same as the regular game anyway, was actually pretty fun as a game mode. But the only people that seem to be actually benefiting in any way, emotionally or financially, from Dominion was those fucking shitlord botting websites that sell fresh level 30 accounts to idiots that just immediately get fucking banned. Quite literally all Dominion was good for was fast leveling. I mean, if you ever want to play co-op versus AI on Dominion, hop into a game between the levels of 1 to 29 and pretty much everyone in the game is guaranteed to be a fucking bot. So I guess, rest in peace Dominion. Give my regards to Force of Nature. Give my regards to Zonya's Ring. And if you're angry and you really, really love Dominion, if you're actually genuinely upset that Dominion is being removed from the game, just stop fucking lying, mate. No one cares. Hey, what's up guys? Thank you very much for voting to have this be the next Why I Hate episode. If you do want to vote on the next Why I Hate, then by all means click on the little question mark at the top right of your YouTube play box thing, and it'll give you a list of possible choices for the next one. For my anime time, my anime recommendation time, I want to give a big shout out to Crunchyroll for continuing to sponsor this series, and they are helping me put out daily fucking videos, so go and check them out right now. Crunchyroll.com/RossBoomsocks. They have fully subtitled shows. It's all 1080p, so you got that high quality anime. As well as that, you've got your simulcast from Crunchyroll, and which basically is them being able to translate and subtitle shows as early as 1 hour after they air in Japan. Like, they have like a room full of really Japanese fluent monkeys writing out the fucking transcript for every episode. It's crazy. And anyway, my recommendation, it's not actually an anime, but it's on Crunchyroll, which you can go check out, and it's called Yami Shibai, and it's a really short, basically you can watch this entire series in the space of half an hour, or maybe like an hour, and it's basically a series of animated Japanese ghost stories. I kind of don't want to talk about it really too much because obviously it's so short and it's episodical. There's not a real overarching story. It's mostly just each individual episode is about a different ghost story, and it's really weird. It's kind of unsettling. It's not crazy scary, so if you don't like horror stuff, don't worry, but I would recommend maybe not watching this in bed, or maybe not watching this before you go to sleep. I can't talk about it because it's too short and I don't want to ruin anything, but it's a really different experience and it's very interesting to watch, and I fucking love ghost stories and creepy pasta, and I hate myself for using that phrase, but I fucking love that shit. So 100% recommend this if you like your horror stories, your ghost stories. Yeah, check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this Why I Hate. I hope you like my anime recommendation. Hope you go check out Crunchyroll. Don't forget to vote, you fucking cunt!